My family called me too weak for business, so I bought their company. Growing up in a family where every dinner conversation revolved around profit margins and quarterly reports, I learned early that being sensitive was considered a weakness. My father would slam his fist on the table whenever I suggested treating employees better or investing in workplace improvements. My older brother would roll his eyes when I mentioned work-life balance during our weekly family meetings. They saw my quiet nature and thoughtful approach as signs that I'd never make it in their cutthroat world. Every time I tried to contribute ideas, they'd exchange those knowing looks and remind me that business required tough decisions, not emotional ones. The final straw came during my college graduation party when my father announced to everyone that while my brother would inherit the family manufacturing business, I'd be better suited for something less demanding. The humiliation burned deep as relatives nodded in agreement, convinced that my gentle personality made me unsuitable for leadership. That night, I made a decision that would change everything. Instead of fighting for acceptance, I'd prove them wrong in the most spectacular way possible. I started small, working for a competitor while secretly studying every aspect of our industry. My family's company specialized in industrial equipment, and I spent 3 years learning their weaknesses, their client complaints, and their outdated processes. During family gatherings, I'd listen carefully as they discussed their struggles with rising costs and declining customer satisfaction. They never suspected I was gathering intelligence, dismissing my questions as casual curiosity from someone who'd never understand real business challenges. My breakthrough came when I discovered they were losing major contracts due to their refusal to modernize their production methods. While they stubbornly clung to traditional approaches, I was developing relationships with innovative suppliers and learning about cutting-edge manufacturing techniques. I worked 18-hour days, saved every penny, and quietly built a network of industry contacts who respected my fresh perspective and collaborative approach. The turning point arrived when I learned about a revolutionary production process that could cut costs by 40% while improving quality. My family's company had dismissed this technology as too risky, but I saw an opportunity. I convinced a group of investors to back my startup, promising them returns that seemed impossible using traditional methods. The stress was overwhelming, but I channeled every insult and dismissive comment into fuel for my determination. My first major client called at 3 a.m. crying about their production crisis. The phone rang at 3 in the morning, and I could hear desperation in the voice of someone who'd become my first major client. Their primary supplier had just canceled a crucial contract, leaving them scrambling to find alternatives for a project worth millions. This was exactly the moment I'd been preparing for during those countless sleepless nights. My family's company had been their original choice,